Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Here I see the Halls. You are most welcome to this political rumbles here in Wave TV. Good- yes, good morning, good afternoon once again, good evening, depending on your time zone. We're live and direct here, of course, to continue the in-depth analysis of events as they continue to unfold here in Nigeria and across board. Trust you are doing great. It's a pleasure to welcome you. Today we have a very interesting topical issues to discuss, which borders on, of course, the state of the nation and what is going on in the prison or what you call the correctional centers, where most Nigerians were detained. Some are awaiting trials, while some even don't know why they are there, and some, of course, have been convicted, and some are yet, of course, to commence such litigations. Some even are just as a result of circumstances, they found themselves arrested, they found themselves behind the bars, waiting for a time and a season when, of course, their supposed case could be called up. You can imagine the Nigerian state where the blaring of horns are recklessly by the commuters. You can hear the sounds, how reckless the sounds are. Why should you be blaring your horn when you know already there are congestions? Why not wait for your turn? That is Nigerian system, Nigerian syndrome. Everybody seems to be in a haste, going nowhere. I mean, that is the height of irresponsibility on the part of most Nigerians here. And the topical issues is that dogs, preferably you can call it animals, are well catered for than humans in Nigeria. Animals are being well taken care of than human beings. We've been saying it before, and people think we are joking, we are lying. But today, when the Controller General of prison, I won't say correctional center because it's prison. If you say it is correctional center, there are people who are presumed innocent until proven otherwise by any competent court of law. And as such, you shouldn't consider them as convicts. They are not convicts. They are just, of course, the victim of circumstances. Yes, victim of circumstances. Not because they are guilty of whatever crime they were arrested for. Some don't even know where the crime was committed. They are not even within the scene of the crime. But in the course of raiding, they were arrested, and you know what happens? Nobody to speak for them. These are human beings who, according to law, is presumed innocent until a competent court of jurisdiction proves otherwise. So every inmate within the correctional center or prison is presumed innocent except for those who had been convicted by a competent court of law. Others who are still on their waiting list, whose list has not been even commenced, who were just abandoned at the prison yard to their fates. This is what is happening to them. Regardless of whatever circumstances, they are Nigerians, they are humanity, and should not be treated in such dehumanizing states. It is clear today that a budget that was made for Nigerians, it could be anybody if you are in Nigeria. I have been raided before by police. I was asking them, we are just sitting down, discussing, not just, it is not too late, around after 7 p.m. And they were chasing after all these drug Indian hen smokers and dealer sellers. When they could not get them, they were returning back. We saw them when they moved and they came back. They started doing what? Intimidating. I mean, police first started intimidating innocent people who are just there discussing issues of importance. You can see. We don't know where they are. They say they have an order to come and arrest the Indian. So why not go after the Indian hemp smokers, which you know them? You even, most of you patronize them. Police people patronize the Indian hemp smokers, sellers. They came and raided us. And one of them said, by my facial expression, you know that I'm innocent. But the other is that everybody should be arrested. Then when you go there, Mr. Felix, such could be sorted out for. Yes, I never paid money, but some who could not have anyone coming to their rescue paid money for a reason they never knew. They even they are not guilty of. Now, this is the situation of most of those inmates. You might call them inmates, or I will use the word detainees, because they are presumed innocent except or proven otherwise by any competent courts of law. So as it stands now, they are Nigerians, they are humanity, but unfortunately you can't imagine the state of mind of those responsible for their welfare. You can't imagine. How on earth can you prefer human beings better? Can you prefer animals to human beings? You give more preference to the image of God, God's glory, God's dignity, an expression of God's splendor. The glory of God on earth, the image of the very internal creator was debased by the Nigerian government. You have a budget that is far less than what it should be. And dog, ordinary dog, animal, pets. You call it a guide dog. What is guide dog? Who are they guiding? And the people they are guiding are far lesser in value. You have a budget of 750 naira for human beings, and the minimum of 800 naira for animals. No wonder the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, of course, said Nigeria is a zoo. These are one of the reasons. How on earth, how can you think that? How can you justify? How can you even imagine that the possibility of such happening? That animals are well taken care of, intentionally, deliberately, more taken care of by the same government than her support citizens, even though they are guilty of such crimes. Does that make them less human beings? Does that make them less human beings by question? That is quite sad, but that is the reality about the Nigerian state. We have Mr. Charles here. Mr. Charles, good morning. It's a pleasure welcoming you here in today's political rumbles. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Yes, you are welcomed.
Thank you very much.
And you see what we are discussing. In your country, Nigeria, the government made a budget to take care of your brothers and sisters detained, most of which we are not guilty of whatever case of which they may have been detained in the first instance. Most are awaiting trials. But the budget method allotted to them is a far cry compared to that one to dogs. Now your budget now, Nigerian government say you should be feeding far less than dogs.
Good morning, Mr. Chigozie. Good morning, Professor J. Okwade. Lady Joy, good morning. Good morning to all our viewers. My brother, time has come for us to know that most of these politicians do not value the lives of Nigeria.
I totally agree now,
I think
101%.
I used to say each time with that number that these people do not have the interest of the masses at heart. How can you, or how could you on earth value the life of a dog more than the life of someone whom God created with his own image, like you? And you are telling us that now,
Because of the camera.
and you are telling us that the most important thing is that dogs are far better than people like us. Well, I don't believe there's no problem. They should continue with whatever they are doing. Look at what happened at the budget. The chief of staff allocated 10 billion naira just for his residential official, that he wants to renovate his official house.
Imagine 10
That one
billion
aside,
for renovation of house.
okay,
Even building self, can a whole community be built?
now that one
with 10
aside,
billion?
Mr. Chikozendibo, we have the same chief of army staff. They also allocated 10.1 billion
To buy computer.
to buy computer guard facilities in his house. I asked myself, what happens to the former houses that the chief of staff was using?
I don't
Does
know.
that really mean that it was bombed or Boko Haram and people were busy defecating all over the houses? Even as that, why spending such huge amount of money? And then now, the most painful aspect of it is that you are now equating dogs more important to the lives of what? Human beings. Well, I don't blame them. There's no problem. God is actually watching. Whatever you do or whatever you do, they should always remember. And I will say it time with that number. There's always show me a man who will do good and show me a man that God will not remember. Show me a man who will always respect the lives of his citizens. And I will tell you a man that God will always remember in his kingdom. We are not surprised because these people have, you looked at them as if they are nothing but I call them vampires because the interest of the masses is not even much more important in their own personal interest because you and I has nothing to do with whatever the interest they have at heart. But there's no problem. Whatever you do in life, posterity will always remember either for good or for bad. A budget, look at the president wasting money unnecessarily. This person will come, what you will do is just to sign a budget of billions. You are not even remembering the impact it's having in the lives of Nigerians. You are not even remembering what good is going to put in the lives of most of an average Nigerian or bad. But what you are after is just to lavish money unnecessarily. It is not fair. Look at, we are hungry. Chigozie, to be honest with you, we are hungry. There's no food to eat. There's no food to eat. This is just wicked. To see something and eat is a problem. To see what even time in your there's no way you can see the money. Where do you see the money?
You can just understand there is a serious problem. When you say there is no problem, this is a fundamental problem. It's dehumanization. It is a flagrant abuse of people's fundamental rights. You see, you don't treat human beings less of what they are, regardless of any situation. Everybody has the right to his existence. Yes, the right to freedom of movement might be, of course, confiscated or might be, of course, restricted, but not the right to access, the right to access of foods. You can't be treated as animals. You understand? You can't be treated as animals, even far less than animals. So, what lesson are Nigerians learning? By now, I expected the Nigerians to start protesting against the Controller General of Prisons.
I think
for such a dehumanizing actions.
You don't have to blame the young man because I think whatever you should be saying now should be from the advisory, from the what I call the hierarchy, from the top. If the foundation is good, how do you put it? Once the foundation of the house is good, the house will stand properly. The president himself, is it coming to that place with a clean hand? Look at the kind of money he's busy lavishing unnecessarily. There's money for yachts. There's billions of naira that have been spent on the watch, on the lives of the senators and the members of House of Reps. And there is also a number of money that has been spent on the house of, that you want to build a house of the First Lady here, is it in Abuja or Lagos said here? You know, you ask yourself this numerous question. The chief of army staff, everybody, what I look at these ABC members, I see everybody is just coming to collect his own national cake. They are just there to provide money, and then look at the budget you are giving. It's not that you have the money at hand. You have to go in and start borrowing from the Western world just to finance most of this nonsense and the wasteful.
To renovate house.
Mr. Chukwueze, it's
You are
not
using
about
10 billion.
Chukwueze, it's not
Then
about,
to build new one, how much will you use? Trillions.
it's all about borrowing. We don't have problem with borrowing. Are you getting? I don't have problem with that. Even some of the Western world borrow, but the problem is when you borrow, you have to equate such amount of borrowing to what I call productive level, so that every citizen it has an impact. To have an impact in the life of every average Nigerian. But these people, once you borrow, you share the money within yourself. What comes to an average people like us? So these people, the man that called himself the chief of the Controller General, I'm actually disappointed with him, because even if he should be working under the adversary role of someone that kept you there, you should always remember there's always life after being the Controller General.
Honestly,
what are you saying?
at the Senate plenary, I saw for the first time, the former governor of Edo State, Comrade Adam Osomole, berating them, criticizing them. How can you be making a budget for animals that is far better than human beings, the one you have for human beings? He criticized them. How can it? I mean, he was mad at such of course, details, and that is quite sad. But these are the realities before us. Honestly, I really appreciate your final thought on that, and what you think about what Nigerians can do at this time.
Chukwueze, I don't think there's anything one can do now, except one thing: prayer. We have to go back to our God in prayer, because it's only God that can intervene in this country. It's only God that can intervene in the lives of an average Nigerian. If not, you know the truth. If not for most of these our diaspora, hey, what is an art? Please take this manage. Do you think people like us will stand here every day and talk? You will faint, you will collapse. To eat is a problem. We can barely eat. Do you know that in my area now, I can't, honestly, I have to be honest with you, to even pay a NEPA bill now is a problem. Because the kind of bill they will bring to you, where do you see the money? But we are talking about this number of people spending money unnecessarily to an extent that you look at it as if, is this really money? So whatever we should be doing now is nothing but let's go close to our God, because I believe it's only God that can intervene to the lives of an average Nigerian. Because these people, whether you like it or not, keep on talking from now to in the next 100 years. They don't know, they listen. It's not that they don't hear. Because I believe every governmental association, every president, as a president, you have what I'm calling your media houses. The governor has his media houses that listen to almost all the media in the whole world to tell him this is what people are saying. You do not have to tell me that they don't know, they don't listen to whatever we are saying here every day. But the truth that they are paying deaf ear towards whatever we are saying here. So whether you like it or not, you can continue to talk from now till the next generation to come. These people will never hear us out. But the only thing we have now is nothing to go to God in prayer. It's only God that can flush them out, because these people have no imagine a human being that God said, I have created man in my own image. You are now equating man to an animal.
Far less than animal.
You are now budgeting billions upon billions upon the lives of a dog more than the lives of a human being.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jazz. God bless you.
God bless you.
I really appreciate your time and efforts, of course, and opinions here. The reality is that why we are discussing is that because there is a way and there is a way out. I believe in prayer and the efficacy of prayer. I believe that God can do all things. Yes, but to them that believe, That is where we are getting it wrong. We can't leave everything to God. God said everything is possible to them that believe. Meaning God had given us the enablement to chart a way forward for ourselves. We have the backing of God. When He said, go and subdue the earth, go and replenish, go and expand. And the budget that have been made on yearly basis is not God that this budget affects. The budget affects us humanity, us human beings. So it is not God that will fly on the roads. It is not God that will go to hospitals. It is not God that will build markets. No, God has no need of all these things. It is meant for humanity, and humanity must rise to begin to hold accountable those within the corridor of power, because you cannot continue to take undue advantage of the masses. Those budgets are meant for us. These are money that belongs to the masses. These are common words and should not be spent extravagantly and should not be spent recklessly and should not be spent without caution, without accountability. Just imagine you're budgeting, you have a budget for dogs more better than human beings. We have Mr. Lazarus. You're welcome. Let's hear your own opinion regarding this, because everybody's thoughts and opinion must be respected here. How people are feeling, please kindly hit the like buttons if you're watching us. And we are good to go. Good morning. Yes, there's been a report of established one, for that matter, that Nigerian government, represented by the Control General of Custom, presented a budget where dogs have lion's share, more share of that budget than human beings. According to his submission, 750 naira was meant for human beings, the feeding of human beings per meal, while 800 for animals, for dogs. Your take on that?
Okay. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. It's a pleasure welcoming you.
It's not a new thing for me to hear that, because it's this country that they say that they use 4 billion naira to teach Nigerians how to wash hands. So
okay, 4 billion to teach Nigerians
how
to wash hands.
So it's not.
Were you taught how to wash hands?
Nobody taught me how to wash hands.
So who are the Nigerians that were taught how to wash hands with 4 billion?
It's within themselves. The money did not share by another individuals except the ones that call themselves inner capitals. So what they said, I'm not surprised for that, because they have been doing it so long. And nobody to challenge him. But let them remember that if they are above human beings, they're not above Almighty God. Because whatever thing you did on earth, you must receive it from God. Okay, my brother, to use 750 naira feed human being, use 800 naira feed animal.
Minimum of 800 naira to feed that man, which means it can maybe more higher.
That means they value animal more than human being.
That is the truth.
For them to use such amount of money to take care of animal, why human being, if you are sick or you are dying, they won't go after you until when the person died. And this country, they know that people is dying and delinquenting every day. They are not after that. They are after animal. And they are not ashamed of themselves to open mouth and telling the world that they are using 800 to treat animal. As far as they are using such amount to maintain animal, the time of election or whatever thing they need concern human being, let them go and call those animals that they are using the money for. The animal will work for them. Not to say the time of election, they will come and disturbing people, come and vote with me, walking from here and there, duplicating. by then those animals is valuable and the human being will be valued. It's not good like that. Listen, Mr. Man, let me tell you something now. Is this country that they make law say how you treated Mr. A is how you are going to treat Mr. B if because of equal law under fundamental human rights? We don't have equal law. We don't have so to say because there are many people that is above the law. The law is not meant for rich men, it's meant for poor people. Because if as we are talking for here now, you don't know what will happen for the next minutes and hour.
No,
because they are against us.
sir, let me come. Psychologically, if deliberately they made better budget for dogs than human beings, then how will they treat human beings within their custody? Do you know where I'm going? If the Custom General has the guts to tell the National Assembly, who are representative of the people, that they budget more for dogs than the people they are representing, then how did they treat the inmates?
That means they value the dog.
In their custody.
They value the dog more than human being. You will see that human beings will kill the swallow human being. Then the person won't go to jail. But what I'm saying now, in future to come, even now, I cannot say in future. If you kill a dog in this country now, they are going to sentence you because they value dog more than you. Of recent, you know, see that musician where they kill. How much they say they use those people, those suspected human beings. 10 million naira, the case closed. So if you have money for this country, you can do and go free. Let me tell you, the law of the nation is the law of the rich man. It's not for the poor man. I have heard when somebody say that the law is not executed for the poor people, it's for them, which is known as a rich people. So I'm not bothering myself. That money that they are using indirect way, time will come, the money that they eat, there is no way they cannot mess it or sit it out. Because many of them, they are sick, they have internal sickness, going here and there, you know, to get better hospital. It's what they will always promise. We know how common borehole, good one for this country. If you go now, what makes them to hate former American president is Trump. It's because of the man tell them, go and develop your place, don't carry your money, running away. They say the man is pursuing Africa. It's a lie. The man tell them, use your money for your country, don't carry your money running to another country. What's happened for your country? Nigerians come here, come change and say Trump is pursuing Nigerians, pursuing Africa. It's a lie. He tell them, carry your money, go away, go and develop your country. Don't use your money in another country.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
That's why they heard the man. Nigerians like to loot money and they give thief baptism. Instead of them to call themselves, you are a thief, they will say fraud. They will call it fraud or the person looted money. But if you say now it's a poor man, they will say it's a thief, it's a criminal. But they give him baptism in fraud.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lazarus, for wonderful solutions and time.
So may our days be long. I believe that our God is with us. The God of poor people is more than their God.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
God bless you. And we have Mazel Hamadik. Yeah, welcome to this political rumbles. Yes, we are discussing about issues of concern to us. Nigerian government has a budget for dogs that is far better than human beings. Controller General of Prison said that the money they use to feed dogs is far higher than the one each human being. People where you call human being under their custody, they eat.
Thank you very much, my brother. I hear what you just said, and it's a news. It's not you are the one that bring the news. Anyway, the people that call Nigeria zoo country, are not making mistakes. Somebody, a prophet, Nigerian government that hold now waiting inside the prison. He said it. says Nigeria is a zoo. Nigerian government can kill a human being over animal. So that one is not today's news. So that one is very long time news where you go talk about say yes, as of how many years ago that people are talking about it. So
you are right. Fulanis are herders in vet communities because of one cattle that is being killed or harmed. So it is not a new, but the fortunate thing is that institution of government of the state treating their supposed citizens far less than animals.
brother, when you look into this matter, you will not say the same Fulani herdsmen who they buy gun give to them. Is it not government? Federal government for that matter. Muhammad Jobrin, this bastard will just come out. He buy ammunition.
Please don't use the word bastard because we are live here.
That man have all these useless
Nigerians.
Nigerians.
So mind your dictions because this is live.
That man is a coward. Worry. Sorry to bring.
According to your opinion,
It's not my opinion.
it's not a
It's
reflection of
the truth.
Conway's position.
Somebody that abused the same Jobrin said that Buhari is dead. Why you no use against him in court of law? Martin Namdekano. And you tell me say Buhari is still alive. Okay, nobody go fit fool me. Me, see, look at my age. Eh?
Yes, away from that, you just pointed out something. Let's discuss that. Friday next week will be the Supreme Court hearing or judgment of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra over the continued illegal detention. After an appellate court on the 13th of October 2022 gave a verdict, an overwhelming verdict in his favor, which saw the discharge and squashing of all the count charges against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And yes, 2 years down the line, he's still been detained. So what is your take? Are you expecting his walk out of the prison or DSS detention comes 15th of December?
Okay. For the illegal detention of Martin Namdekano, if the UN is an organization that work according to their name, UN supposed to do something about it. But I promise Nigerian government and I promise Nigerian soldiers and police force, as long as this young man continue in illegal detention, if there's nobody can carry gun in Southeast to deal with soldiers and Nigerian police force, I will go there for them. I will go there to carry that gun against Nigerian security, even Nigerian securities. Why you people as a chief of army staffs no call the Mr. President? This man, as this man no do anything, let us leave him. Make it a go house. Do not commit any crime. Now in brothers they fight for him, make them leave him. Yes, the people that love him. Well, it's Abakiari. We been criminal. Where in there? What is Butai? Where the Butai did? Butai is walking up and down. In fact, they even give him another appointment to be representative as a ambassador, in Ghana here. Nigeria promoting crime every blessed day, promoting. That is it. If you are a confirmed, in fact, if you are a criminal in Nigeria, they will promote you. A murder, they will promote you. As long as you are a cheater, one another in Nigeria, they will promote you. They will never see anything to come out from somebody in Nigeria. They will respect that truth. Are you hearing me? But I am not blaming federal government because the issue of Nnamdi Kanu leaves. I'm blaming the Southeast leaders, particularly. Are you hearing me?
Okay, the Southeast leaders.
Yes. Their hand is what keep Nnamdi Kanu into detention. All of them.
By leaders, you mean
Governors. Southeast
politicians?
Governors. Yes, politicians. Okay. Governors, senators, Ohaneze ndị ewu. No be Ohaneze ndị Igbo. Can never be Ohaneze ndị Igbo. It's Ohaneze ndị ewu. My family goes in the rule. No be Nigeria, no be Igbo. They can't rule Igbo. My people let me know say Igbo no get king. Because you are not feeling me.
But they believe in.
Tell me what any solution. Tell me any solution that
liberal.
Excuse me, sir. Tell me any solution that Ohaneze ndị Igbo, Ohaneze ndị ewu. Tell me any solution you don't bring from any problem when southeastern part of Nigerians have a problem, you go and sort it out. Can you mention one? Just help me mention one. The problem you don't sort out. They are busy. They are busy forming a Rubago, killing the youth in Southeast. Why the Lagos state governor? They're busy. They demolish all the Igbo houses in Lagos.
They have not been able to address the deplorable state of roads, even that one.
Just mention one.
They have not been able to call the attention of the federal government that the roads in the east are the worst across Nigeria.
We get there very busy. They demolish Igbo people house in Abuja, and the time is Ohaneze is Ohaneze. Let the ruling family first finish. If I can look upon it, somebody can rule. You can never rule me because I'm too expensive. You can't rule me. Are you getting me? If you want to do something, if you want to rule me, you must start from somewhere from me. If I can talk about ruling me, you're talking about Oba. Oba have 100%. From problem to solve from Southwest. When you talk about the issue of the problem that Southwest have in some areas, they will go there and solve the problem out. But this one, they will talk about the correct federal government money. They form a Rubago with the state governor. So killing masses, killing youths. See our load. Oga Enugu Road, you know the Oga, you don't fake your motor, your car. Or let's Bongo, or let's 911. You go. In fact, 911 no go fit come out for that place. If you see express, Enugu Road from Oka to Enugu, Oga motor no dey throw that load again. Na old road dey follow. Old road.
Thank you so
come
much.
Come out from what they call it. Come out from Four Corners. That is Ogu Road. Live inside the Enugu totally. Ogu Road. From there you begin journey again to go to him. It's not a chef for thing. To the bastard people they call the leader in that Southeast.
Thank you so much for your wonderful submissions, and we'll wrap it up here.
Thank you,
God bless you.
God bless you.
Have a great day. Yes, esteemed fans. Just 2 minutes. The data have shown that. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, the federal government, through the Control General of Prison, said that they have more budget for animals, for dogs.
That is the truth. That is the truth about Nigeria. It's not because they pronounce it that way. Many people that say about it. No, as I heard the story this morning, I say this reality. Let me use for example in Fulani Kabas. I remember the time they killed many cows in the east. The governors east said that they will pay so amount to compensate those vultures
Whose cow was killed? The people that the cow was killed.
But the people that kill The people that die in the east and some part of north, they no compensate that family. What they are saying that Nigeria value animal more than their human being. Me, I agree for that word. But what I hate Nigeria is that we are Nigeria. I'm not a Nigerian, I'm a Biafra man from origin. I hate Nigeria with passion. I hate everything in passion. I pray that Biafra will come faster. Everybody will be very, very happy the way God wants it. But let me go back to Nigeria. Why I hate Nigerians? Nigeria, they always make noise. They don't have action. They believe that God will do it, God will do it. My brother, God will do his own part. We, people that are in Nigeria, they need to do their own part. That's everything will balance well. Let's remember Israel. When Israel is slave in the hand of Egypt, Israel fight to get their freedom to Egypt, and they no fold their hands say God will help them. No. Now God already do his own part. He remain the human being to finish their own job. Nigeria, I need to wake up. Don't look about their politicians, their governors, their senators, their president, whatever there is. They are fighting for their own pocket. They are not fighting for the common people. Look at now, how many days ago now, you cannot go bank and withdraw a lot of money. Some POS now they're increasing their
commission.
Their commission.
Imagine your own money, or if you have money in the bank.
Your own money. With the suffering we are suffering in this country. No, Nigeria, we don't have future in Nigeria. Africa don't have future. See, Biafra will grow.
Thank you so much for your submissions. Our time is up, and we want to wrap it up. We will be happy to have you next time. Thank you so much once again, esteemed fans, of this day. On this note, we are wrapping it up. But let me leave you with this thought. If animals are being well catered for than human beings, then it means the human beings has less, of course, chances of living a healthy life under the custody of the Control General of the prisons, under the custody of Nigerian government. If human beings are not well taken care of, they will be malnourished. They will look haggard. No wonder, it becomes a testimony when you survive the prison life. Because you are not well taken care of. What will 750 naira do to a man under detention? If at all the 750 naira will get to them at the end of the day. Because in the course of time, the kind of food they are being served doesn't even worth the 700 naira. And now, what is the value of 750 naira? The kind of food they give them is a cost, because even you can't imagine what that kind of food affords. And with the level of endemic corruption in the system, possibly it might get to them at the end of the day, say it's just 100 naira, 150 naira value, worth of whatever is being served. So there's fundamental problem here. And for the very fact that the budget for animals exceeds that of human beings, even though if it is by 1 naira, it is dehumanization. Dehumanizing humanity is uncalled for, but that is the reality here, staring at us, and responsible human beings, notable personalities must rise at this time. It doesn't end just being discussed at the national plenary of the National Assembly. It must be a continuous issue of concern to all as sundry. We must begin to right the wrongs, correct these abnormalities and deformations in the system. If we truly must build an egalitarian society. Wishing you all the best of the weekends. And of course, the Yuletide seasons are ahead. Stay safe and remain blessed. Yes, my birthday comes up on Monday, which is 11th of December. And I'll be grateful to God for adding another year, of course, to me, a continuation for service to humanity in this capacity. Wishing you all the best and remain blessed and fulfilled. If you are one of the birthday December bonds, of course, I wish you the happy birthday in your own locality. Enjoy yourself and celebrate with loved ones. Until we come your way, God's Spirit our life. Remain blessed and have a fantastic weekend.